start with how offensive it is to say that I am a witting or unwitting asset of a foreign country, working against the interests of our people and our country, the country that I am willing to lay my life down for. So if you're saying it's not deliberately, then you are implying that I am too stupid and too naive and lack the intelligence to know what I am doing. That is extremely offensive to me and to every woman of color.
Okay, so let's get into the whirlwind that occurred on The View, with Tulsi Gabbard striding onto the stage with a type of confidence that makes you pause and really take note.
Because I think everyone has sort of missed something.
What are we missing?
Well, I think what you're missing is that that asset had nothing to do with Tulsi. She was talking about Jill Stein.
Actually, her spokesperson confirmed it.
I'm not making it.
They called you a Russian doll.
Her spokesperson confirmed it because some of the media followed up and asked for her spokesperson to say what she meant and confirmed that they were talking about me. So there was no mistaking that.
Right. Okay.
Imagine entering a lion's den armed with argument rather than a spear, because that's exactly what Tulsi did. She quietly and methodically turned the tables on a panel of presenters who believed they had her cornered.
You raised the second issue about why I go on Fox News.
Yeah.
I go on Tucker Carlson, go on Brett Behar, go on Sean Hannity, go on MSNBC, go on CNN. I am here to speak to every single American in this country about the unifying leadership that I want to bring as president. Not just speak to those who agree with me.
It's nice to think that could happen.
To speak with those who may disagree with me, recognizing that I'm asking for the opportunity to serve every single person in this country. We have to come together for our country and our country.
The audacity, right? It was evident from the moment Tulsi opened her mouth that this was no ordinary episode of The View. Known for its cozy circle of familiar personalities and conventional narratives, the program was unexpectedly shaken by an outsider who wasn't simply spouting political talking points. Tulsi came to challenge the status quo, and she did it brilliantly.
She's also a Russian asset.
So
really? I mean, this is outrageous. This is outrageous and offensive on so many levels. I've served as a member of Congress now for almost 7 years, receiving high-level national security and intelligence briefings, serving on the Foreign Affairs Committee, the Armed Services Committee, the Homeland Security Committee, working to ensure the safety and security of the people of this country. This is why I'm running for president, to continue that commitment of service. It's offensive to me as a soldier, as an American, as a member of Congress, as a veteran, and frankly...
You could feel the tension in the air as she questioned every assumption the hosts made, leaving them scrambling for answers. This clash went far beyond petty political jabs or surface-level drama. It was raw, direct, and unnerving, exposing the vulnerabilities and biases in mainstream media narratives. Now we get to the grittiest part, and let me tell you, the fireworks were unlike anything you've seen on daytime talk shows. Tulsi Gabbard's appearance on The View was a spectacle, but not the kind the hosts expected.
Gabbard, in our opinion, has given a smackdown on The View.
True. We are back with Colin Rogero, Democratic strategist, and Henry Rogers, reporter for the Daily Caller. Let's start with Tulsi. So you will recall that there was a whole flap that we definitely talked about here, where Hillary Clinton accused her of being a Russian asset, ridiculous, baseless, stupid smear. Joy Behar on The View had sort of backed Hillary up and called Tulsi a useful idiot. Well, yesterday, Tulsi was on The View and had this...
Tulsi faced criticism and accusations from the start, but she didn't flinch. It was her versus a chorus of voices trying to box her in. What followed was nothing short of a battle royale in a teacup, and it's worth noting how each exchange shattered The View's comfortable echo chamber. Tulsi was determined to get the Iowa truth out. Imagine a politician who doesn't hedge or dodge tough topics. That's Gabbard for you. The core of the confrontation came when Tulsi addressed how deeply offensive it was to be portrayed, even subtly, as a foreign enemy asset. By none other than Hillary Clinton, a claim echoed by several of the hosts.
Gabbard co-hosted The View, and things got spicy between Gabbard and some of the ladies on the show, especially when it came to some of the rumors that have been flying around in regard to Tulsi Gabbard and her relationship with Russia. So let's take a look at what she's upset about. So what she was referring to there were previous statements that were made by a few of the women on The View, So, for instance, when the show discussed Gabbard and Clinton's comments about her recently, Sunny Hostin said, quote, "I've often said that Tulsi is sort of a Trojan horse in this. She's polling at only 1.2%, yet she's still in the race." And then
really fast on that. I don't. What does she mean by Trojan horse?
I don't know. I really don't know. But look,
like there are multiple people who are only at 1%.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say like 5 people are at like 1%.
The audience's eyes darted back and forth like a ping pong match, escalating the drama. And here's where it got intense. Instead of softening their stance, the hosts doubled down. First up was Whoopi Goldberg, who's usually the calm presence, trying to steer the conversation toward more polite territory.
This whole thing has been nothing but good for Tulsi, and I thought she handled herself very well there.
Well, she did. She's very clearly comfortable under pressure. Maybe that has to do with her military experience, but I think these are kind of silly accusations, and I'm a little bit ashamed that the Democratic Party establishment hasn't backed her up more. She's a Russian plant because she goes on Fox News. That would make me one too.
Yeah.
I mean, we're probably all here. We're all Russian plants by that
Bernie
measure.
Sanders and Pete Buttigieg and Beto O'Rourke, all the Amy Klobuchar, these people who went on Fox. Yeah. Andrew Yang. It's insane. I thought she handled herself very well. I mean, Joy Behar is, I'm not even going to say
no comment about Joy Behar.
Yeah,
but
seriously, she has her stick. But throwing these insults and these accusations out at the Democratic presidential candidate like this with no basis is ridiculous. Yeah. And thank God Tulsi has the guts.
You know, gently nudging the narrative toward a more comfortable space. But as Tulsi began unraveling her points, Whoopi's calm demeanor shifted. Whoopi had just implied Tulsi was a Russian asset, though she awkwardly rephrased it to avoid making a direct accusation. So how did Tulsi respond? By calmly and logically dismantling each claim with sharp, fact-based responses that left no room for misinterpretation. And then came Joy Behar. Now, Joy is known for her sharp tongue, right? True to form, Joy tried to derail Tulsi's rebuttal by questioning her appearances on Fox News, implying it undermined her credibility. But Tulsi didn't flinch. She used the moment to stress her commitment to speaking with all Americans, regardless of political leanings. It was a sharp pivot that turned an attack into a call for unity and inclusion. Just as she gained momentum, Sunny Hostin jumped in with tough questions on foreign policy.
Tulsi Gabbard. And the journalist said, there are foreign allies who are very nervous about sharing intelligence with her. And he said, oh, I don't know. I'm surprised to hear it. I heard that for the first time the other day. I mean, I think she's a great American. I think she's got tremendous common sense. This woman with tremendous common sense, Tulsi Gabbard, went to Syria, met with Assad, legitimized him as a member of Congress, then came back here and advocated.
Tulsi Gabbard's appearance on The View was anything but a stumble. Calm and prepared, she dismantled the host's narratives with precision, exposing the double standards in their questions. When accused of echoing propaganda, she calmly pointed to her military service and principles, asking, "Are these accusations based on facts or just partisan theatrics?" Her ability to flip the script caught the hosts off guard, leaving them scrambling while she remained composed, turning what was meant to be an ambush into a masterclass in accountability and clarity.
Example of that New York Times article. There were a number of things in that article that were completely inaccurate, which speaks to, again, and there is an investigation that's underway to try to figure out the source of this leak or sources of this leak around that specific incident. It makes things much harder in constantly questioning and looking over your shoulder. Okay, who's in the room? I have to be careful about everything that I say because ultimately we're in a situation where these things being leaked, either by people who are just trying to show a reporter that they're important or chasing clout of some sort, or the most dangerous of which is those who are trying to ultimately undermine the president's policy.
As the exchange escalated, especially after Joy's jab about her leaving the Democratic Party, Tulsi's critique of political infighting and media bias only gained more traction. Her firm yet reasonable responses resonated beyond the studio, sparking viral reactions and nationwide discussion. More than just defending herself, Tulsi challenged the way political conversations are controlled. making her segment a defining moment for honest, bipartisan dialogue, and a wake-up call to media gatekeeping. So what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you don't want to miss out on the hottest celebrity news, make sure to subscribe to Daily Finder.